Chair, if I can ask the members of the adjudication panel whether or not, and granted that there are only 2 of them here, if possibly the ones that are not present can provide this response in writing, but can they confirm whether or not any of them hold or have recently held positions in any political party structure?
The panel.
If I may respond to that, yeah, it's no secret that I am a member of a political party. In fact, that is a right enshrined in our constitution. In particular, Section 9 of...
If I may, I just asked the question. I didn't ask for an explanation.
Thank you, Mr. Mutale. Honorable Potgieter.
Yes, thank you. Chair, what I would like to get to is I'd like to understand, and perhaps maybe I can explain from my point of view. The Constitution dictates impartiality, transparency, and accountability. It also regulates political appointments in order to uphold these principles. The public service regulations contain conflict of interest protocol with respect to an independent review panel requirements, and we've also got the Public Service Commission, which deals with the Code of Conduct. What I'm trying to understand is whether or not any of the members of the panel are members of political parties and what details, or if they can provide the details of that membership. Thank you.
Yeah, if I may respond to the honourable member, and to be specific, I'm a member of the Patriotic Alliance, and at the same time,
all the honourable members.
I am responsible on a volunteering basis for their public relations. I don't do any paid work for the Patriotic Alliance. Thank you.
Chair, if I may, I'm not sure if the other member is willing to answer, but if we can get written responses from the entire adjudication panel in this respect, which perhaps maybe I must give a chance for the other member online.
Mr. Molefe.
Thank you, Chair. Thanks, the honourable member. Yes, I'm an activist in Kagiso, in Gauteng, and I'm the member of the ANC.
Thank you, Chair.
There's another member of the panel.
Chair. Yes, thank you very much, Chair, honourable member. Yes, we are 3 of the panel present today. So yes, I am also an activist. I'm an artist. Been here for 35 years. So that is my few cents. Thank you.
Honourable Potgieter.
Thanks, Chair. Can I ask then if these political party positions and their role within these organizations was formally declared as a potential conflict of interest when they took positions on the adjudication panel?
Can the honourable member please substantiate what constitutes a conflict of interest then?
When joining a committee or even if it's an HR panel, if there's a potential conflict of interest, it must be declared at the beginning of the meeting. So what I'm asking is, it doesn't say that there is a conflict of interest. It says that there is a potential for a conflict of interest. And by declaring that potential, you then safeguard yourself from any further activities that happen after that. So what I'm asking is whether or not any of the members formally declared a potential conflict of interest due to their membership or active participation in political parties.
I did not declare me myself specifically. I didn't declare any conflict of interest because there was none.
Mr. Molefe.
Yeah. Thanks, Chair. I did not declare. I don't have any conflict of interest because I'm not an active leader of the ANC. I'm participating in the panel as an activist, as a businessman, as also a person who has been involved in the youth development space for many years. And for the record, to the honourable member, when I was the chairperson of the NYDA, I'm the part of the people who were part of the consultation within the sector and the industry on the establishment of the Mzansi College.
We are happy with the response, the Honourable Potgieter.
Thank you, Chair. This leads me to my question to the department, and I do stress that potential for a conflict of interest is not a conflict of interest. It must be declared. And I think perhaps maybe that there is a gap in the department with why these things are declared. I've had to do it several times when sitting on HR panels, etc., in municipalities, because there is a potential for conflict. But I'd like to understand from the department, did you conduct any formal conflicts of interest vetting for any of the adjudicators? And if so, can you provide full details and the corresponding forms that relate to this?
No, the answer is no, we didn't.
Chair, I'm just going to go back to the board again, and I'm going to do what my colleagues have done and remind the panel, with regards to, being honest with questions from members of parliament. I did ask earlier whether or not they had in the past, or if they currently held any political party positions. And from that line of questioning, we established that the chairperson, Mr. Steve Matale, was the spokesperson for the Patriotic Alliance. And if I'm not mistaken, he is also a member of their National Executive Committee, which was not announced. Mr. Simon Molloy then also confirmed that he is an activist for the ANC, although he doesn't hold any formal positions there. I would like to ask Mr. Vernon Vrachom, I think is the correct pronunciation. He stated that he is an activist. What he did not state is that he is also a former Patriotic Alliance councillor in Saldanha Bay. I would like confirmation as to whether or not that is accurate.
Mr. Vrachom. Mr. Vrachom, please unmute.
Hello, Chair. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I was just struggling. Yeah, I was a councillor for the Patriotic Alliance, yes. Honourable member, that is...
Thank you. If I understand correctly, and in his absentia is Mr. Francisco Tiada, is also not a social activist, a political activist, who is also an active member of the Patriotic Alliance. The list that we have, Chair, is probably the most condensed, simplified list of adjudicators' profiles that I've seen. I mean, if you go onto the NFVF, for example, it gives a long list of qualifications of the board members. I mean, here we've got the fact that, we've got a seasoned communicator, a specialized business manager. It's not indicative of what their actual portfolio or positions are, where they come from. I think the only one that I could actually find or verify was Mr. David Cow, who actually is a renowned comedian. The rest are kind of given in some sort of, sort of hidden underneath different words, but essentially what they are people who hold political positions. And for me, that is a serious potential conflict of interest. It should have been declared.
Proceed, Honourable Potgieter. I haven't recognized anyone else.
Thank you so much. It should have been declared, and not for the fact that it was a conflict of interest, that it had a perception of a potential for conflict of interest. The second issue is that there was apparently no criteria for which the minister was given to appoint this panel. I did ask right at the beginning of the session, and now it's been advised that the department did advise the minister of criteria to select adjudicators. So either there was no criteria or there was criteria, but it doesn't appear to be clear. Now, the point I'm getting to is that the recommendations to broaden the scope and access and to reopen this entire process into the MGE was made on the basis of recommendations from the adjudication panel, who, in my opinion, are politically compromised. The fact that they did not declare it beforehand, the fact that there was no vetting done on it, the fact that they have tried to hide it through the questioning in the beginning of the session is all suspicious. The fact that they are members of political parties is neither here nor there. We all vote. We all vote for some party or another. But the fact that there was an intentional or an intention to try and hide it with, profiles that don't give you the full details, and omissions when the question was asked directly are, for me, problematic. And I think the minister needs to account and to advise on what exactly the criteria was, because either there was none or there was some, and to the reasons behind the fact that people with current active political careers are sitting adjudicating on public funds that are being given to members within this particular sector. Because for me, there is a conflict of
interest. Life of an artist, glorifying drugs as a stage fright cure. You can try this just when you're about to grab your chance of staging. Excitement, you can't think out this industry, or should I say this killer dream, cause you will swear that from the start it was designed to kill artists. Same thing. When days are bright, as a human being on Instagram, too much pressure, unrealistic expectations. Whoever said that is the perfect is with us, Singiza remedies within us as a